A small cut was gently made on the man's forehead with a knife. Then the skin was carefully lifted with scissors without damaging it. Using a book as a guide, 3 red moles were marked on his forehead. Once the markings were done, powder was lightly applied to conceal them, and the skin was sewn back using a fishhook. The woman was very nervous because she couldn't leave any traces. If she did, the whole plan would be dead. The maid quickly sped up, finishing the stitching just as the anesthetic incense burned out. At that moment, the Prince of Yen opened his eyes and noticed nothing unusual. Thus, 3 mysterious moles appeared on his forehead without him knowing. The physiognomist Jack risked the extermination of his entire family to perform this surgery, aiming to convince the emperor that the Prince of Yen intended to rebel. According to the ancient facial reading texts, 3 moles on the forehead signified treasonous intent. The next day, the Prince of Yen visited the emperor, and under the sunlight, the young emperor clearly saw the 3 moles and was instantly terrified. He immediately summoned the top physiognomist, Jack, to discuss how to eliminate this threat. But no one realized that it was all part of Jack's carefully planned scheme. Years ago, the late emperor had sent Jack to read the Prince of Yen's face out of fear he might rebel. So Jack disguised himself as a trusted aide and went to the prince's mansion. However, when he saw the Prince of Yen, but directly froze. This person hunchbacked, eyes fishing scattered, nose also occasionally twitching a few times. A look is no ambition mediocre Prince of Yen. Jack let out a sigh of relief and told the emperor that the Prince of Yen would not rebel, so he could pass away in peace. Sure enough, the emperor died a few days later. Soon after, the Prince of Yen arrived at the funeral, and Jack was dumbfounded by his appearance. Dressed in black and exuding killing intent, with hawk-like eyes and a piercing gaze, the Prince of Yen now had the clear look of a traitor. It was only then Jack realized they had been tricked that night, and rebellion was inevitable. Jack and the Prime Minister discussed the matter and reported it to the young emperor. Shocked, the young emperor issued an order through the Prime Minister to exile the Prince of Yen. That night, the Prime Minister gathered all his inner officials to finalize the plan to execute the Prince of Yen. Jack, full of confidence, believed this time he could eliminate the Prince of Yen for good, but what he didn't expect was that his own son would end up in trouble.